Anyway, I've got some fire dragons to kill. So, let's kill some fire dragons. Still gonna make good on one more bonus of Ivy. Still gonna make good on one more bonus objective. Let me make sure they're set up. Mind Flayer. Oh, right. You know what? Let me set them up and then save again, just in case. Mind Flayer. I like how they say they let you select who learns the spell as if you have a fucking choice. Yeah, Ivy, you threw the door wide open. Now you're just gonna stare outside of it. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Yeah, I'm sure Kane could figure it out. I'm gonna replace safe travel with kick when we actually get into the fight, although it shouldn't matter much. Attack and Kiraga. Actually, you know what? I think she can just do Kiraga, which will buy me a lot of time. Yeah, they probably are coded like that in this version. You know, you're probably right. My security system is the cats. Unfortunately, my cats are also the thing that needs the security system. It's a bit of a vicious cycle. I haven't really decided which of these two things makes less sense yet, but we'll get there. Actually, he doesn't even really need... I can just throw, I guess EXP thing doesn't really matter on him. Yeah, I call that, decision paralysis. Bah. When you could have everything, but you don't want anything. I don't have that luxury right now. There's games I have to decide to skip with the upcoming game season. Games I was actually looking forward to, but just on volume alone and on streaming, what makes sense for streaming too. Some of it doesn't really make sense for me to do. Counter. Attack. Nice. Oh, yeah, I was going to change their order also. Because I can put Cecil in the front row in this party. Oh, and... Oh, that's right, I got the Wyvern Lance from these things. I should have maybe saved after getting the Wyvern Lance. Because that helped a lot. Alright, I'll fix it after this one. Banana. Like it's a minion. Illumination does the minions, don't they? They're the ones doing Mario. Pretty sure it's Illumination. Man, I just saw what is quite frankly one of the most embarrassing things that I think I've seen in recent years, and the Mario movie trailer hasn't even happened yet today. I can't even believe I just saw what I just saw. New World is making fresh start servers. Bro, the game is like a year old. How are you already doing fresh start servers? Like, I think I know why, realistically, and it makes sense, but it's been a year. I don't even know if it's been that long. I was also gonna flip. I'm waiting for when they show Mario twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. That's what I'm waiting for. Kane, I really need you to be less you. Oh yeah, I gotta turn the ATV speed up also. I think it's on 4 right now. I still can't believe that New World is in such shambles that a year after it's come out, it needs fucking fresh start servers. And let's be real, it's probably, I don't know. I think it's just to fix all the like major exploits the game has had. But it's pretty crazy that their exploits have been so bad to the point where they need fresh start servers. It's crazy. On another note, something that's actually really cool, NASA successfully crashed a spacecraft into an asteroid, like on purpose, in case you didn't know. Like it was intended. Basically the idea of having a planet defense system that, you know, shifts asteroids off course. That, on the other hand, is pretty neat. What's going on, Paul? No, it wasn't on a collision course at all. They were just testing the idea of doing it. They just wanted to see if they had accurate enough systems and technology to actually do it. Which is a good thing. Very expensive thing, but a good thing. Yo, this motherfucker is not attacking Cecil at all. Damn, I wish I wasn't so congested. I mean, it wasn't supposed to land. It's the entire purpose of it was to literally crash it into the asteroid. I just think that it's interesting we've come to this point. Can we land our hits, please? We have a lot of these to kill today, potentially. Yep, we got Stars and 6 in a few weeks. Just a few more weeks. And we'll have it. RTDC, thanks for the 26 months. Let me mark that down right now. Before noon. I'd like it before the top of the hour if fate would dictate I'm allowed to have that. No hype. I've already done like 60 something 66 sirens through this. It took like 2 hours. Wish I'd saved after getting that Wyvern Lance. In hindsight, it would have been a better idea. I'll just hope to get another one quick. And then if I need to, I'll back out and buy more sirens instead. So congested. Wasn't congested before the stream started. There we go. I'm gonna double back and save again. Because that makes things a whole lot quicker. It's not too far to double back anyway. Wyvern Lance, I think, is the 5% drop. I think it's Dragon Gloves are most common, followed by... Oh no, Red Fang is most common, followed by Dragon Gloves, followed by Wyvern Lance, followed by Red Tail. Fantastic. After the way yesterday went... Oh, speaking of which. Good afternoon, Matisse. I'm an expert summoner now. Cool. Good afternoon. And right back to it. Da na 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 na. Can I just like get a one shot, please? Can we just opt into that? I would much prefer the outcome where we just get an instant kill. And that's not a thing, but I want it. Stop. I'm not here to see your summon animation. That's not a red tail. That's not a red tail at all. We're gonna be here for a hot minute, so get strapped in. Hopefully when I say that, it actually only takes another minute. See, now that was a fast kill. I also... No, it only better be hot because it's over fast. I don't know what that means. Like a flame that flickers out. Stop counterattacking me. Stop missing. A lukewarm minute. That's all I want. The New York minute would be the best minute. New York minutes would be completely ideal. You can do it. You can do it. I saw the word red. I hate it. I hate it here. This location is my hell, and it is hell. And that is all there is to it. Ow. At least Kuraga's strong enough that it'll be much longer between elixirs and shit. That's not the one. I still don't know why this game had to do this. Still don't know why. Haven't yet figured out why it has to be this way. Coffee. What about the drop rates for the original version of the game, Crisplosion? I mean, to be fair, this one added 5 more of them, but still. Good morning, Alice. At least the encounter itself is pretty easy. takes a little bit of time. Alright, there you go. That checks out. Thanks, Team Asano. Thank you. Appreciate it, Team Asano. Yeah, it's a good thing they moved on to that. Although, then again, I didn't even finish Bravely Default, so... Can I really say that? With any confidence? Hey, that's the wrong red item. Hey, you. That's the wrong red item. I'm about to go blast my Navage through my sinuses. Have the distilled water. It wouldn't take very long. Then I started blasting. Thank you. Any day now. Oh my god, stop saying red if you're not going to be the right item. Please. I don't even want to see the word red. It's a cursed word. Kane. We gotta talk, Kane. I see Pokemon Oh, that's right, there was gonna be a new Pokemon trailer. Instead of Giraffarig, it has Farig Giraffe. Oh, Pokemon. I'm not kidding, it is actually called a Farig Giraffe. Instead of a Giraffarig. It's got 2 brains. They're like, what do we call it? I don't know. Just switch all the consonants. Leave all the vowels where they are, but just switch all the consonants. Hello, Aragon. Welcome to my personal hell until I get this red tail. Inside Out is the scariest way to describe something ever. I gotta get this red tail. Have to is a strong word. It was earned. So I am obliging. Yeah, to be fair, Pokemon is not the trailer everyone is hyped for today. That would be Mario. Yeah. Yeah, people are ready to go. No, it's made by Illumination Studios. Yeah. It's not the last thing I need to do, but it is the last thing that somebody has incentivized me to do. And thus, will be the last thing I do. I will save and then go beat the game right after. Well, no, I'm gonna go turn in the tails and then walk back through the dungeon. I mean, all of the drops I was doing yesterday were 0.8%. Literally, the last 2 days has just been farming 0.8% drops. This is another one. Good morning, Aristasia. I wonder what time does that trailer come out? No, After Years doesn't. After Years is just very weirdly formatted. Because it was episodic when it first came out, so... It's a very weird game. But not quite to this level, especially because I don't plan on doing everything, I just plan on beating it. And Final Fantasy V has nothing even remotely close to this annoying. Worst part about Final Fantasy V is grinding AP for jobs that need 999, and that's easy. I'm after a red tail, so I can get the Onion Sword. See, if that, when that says item red tail, I'm done with these guys. That is a ways away, most likely. Now see, if I just replace the entire game soundtrack with Megalomania, though, just think about how much better it would be. You get him, Kane. And it's okay, Curry. You'll be okay. You'll be A-okay. Kane, kill. Thank you. Wow, it didn't kill? Okay. This kills. Okay. This kills. There we go. That's the wrong item. You're like, just imagine, you know, you get into the random encounter and all of a sudden it's like this. Instantly better farming experience. Everything is just better with Megalomania. That one didn't even give me a red tail. That's even more disappointing. Yeah, we have all the summons. No, it's Megalomania. Megalomania is the original. Megalovania is a name of a game. It's crazy to think that the Live Alive trailer begins with the final boss theme, and then you realize it's not that crazy, because that sounds like something like lots of games would do. Please kill. Please kill the dragon. So many dragons to kill today. I'm a big fan of the Live Alive soundtrack. I'm so glad I have it now. So many tracks on there that are just good. That's the wrong red item. That's by far the wrong red item. I could just listen to in the middle of any giant robot boss fight. Just do this. For which thing, BP? I mean, sirens are the way. What's going on, Max? Roth, thanks for the... Oh, yeah, it ended up working. It was just RNG. No matter what, it was going to be RNG, and it was just... Even with the siren, there was still some RNG. It was just I could force encounters faster. Yeah, I just couldn't... There was no spot with a 100% chance. There was just no spot with a 100% chance of being the right encounter. But by not needing to run around to get the encounters to appear, it just saved time. Well, because it's the Japanese near future theme from Live Alive, which is a Super Sentai section. For me, it more closely aligns with Gomen. I have to do all of New Game Plus, although I'm not doing the bonus bosses. I'm going to set the save file up to do the bonus bosses in the future if I decide to go back and do them, but I want to get on to After Years. But I have to finish this and then the final boss. Yeah, when I hear that theme, it gives me flashbacks to this theme. Wait, no. I need the transformation sequence. No, I need the transformation. Impact. Impact theme. Come on, where's the impact theme? I am Impact. There it is. God, I haven't played Goemon's Mystical Ninja Goemon in ages. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. I love that game as a kid. What was my bonus time sitting at? More than that? That game was really hard as a kid, because that game, you get lost so easy in that game. It is, as a fucking, like, 8-year-old, trying to figure out where the fuck to go in that game is not easy. I did. I mean, every time I stream, it's, if I can get all the way to the end of the stream, it's 300 minutes taken off. Just a matter of how much gets put back on. Oh, look, another Wyvern Lance. Hey, weird thing about the Wyvern Lance, actually, it's not a red tail. Oh, she might not have enough for the paralysis. She does have a Dragon Whisker equipped in that case, but still, to be a little careful. Yeah, the story, I actually remember all of the story fairly well, especially the ending, because the ending is... the ending is certainly not your traditional ending. Everyone hates you. You did it. Everyone hates you. Kind of hoping that would get the paralysis, but still. There we go. Now I can just elixir both of them and we should be good. That's the wrong red item. Yeah, except that if I don't get the drop, I need to reset the game so I don't get to keep the levels. Yep. Gotta refresh for the sirens. I mean, I don't have to, technically. I could just go buy more and come back. But I'm not gonna do that. Yep. All the rare drops are 0.8%. And that's the doubled percentage. Every single rare drop is a 0.8% drop. Hi, Ivy. God, so on my Twitter, there's a tweet that, oh, there's a fly in here. I just saw it. Thought I saw one earlier, but I thought I was just seeing them. It was a tweet that it's Stan, the music video for Stan, but it's like it's retrofitted for the Street Fighter 6 beta. Dear Capcom, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my email, my Steam account, and my Capcom ID at the bottom. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of people for the Street Fighter 6 beta, huh? Yeah, except that's an MMO, and this is a single-player game. And also, shiny hunting anyway, so I guess I don't really give a shit. An MMO that's built to waste people's time versus a single-player game that's built to waste people's time. One of these is more socially acceptable than the other. Now everybody's fucking filling in the lyrics. No, because if it was for nostalgic reasons, these items wouldn't exist. Because they're not in the original. They're only in this version. I would love it if it was 0 Celsius out right now. That's my kind of temperature. I wear shorts in 0 Celsius. I wear a long sleeve shirt and some shorts. My legs need to be cold. Zero Kelvin? That probably isn't good. I do not live in LA. That's not true. It can get pretty cold during the winters. I live in the same state as Los Angeles. You gotta remember, deserts are uber hot at night and super cold. I'm sorry, uber hot during the day and super cold at night, and LA is essentially built over a desert. And windy. Oh, why is it so windy out? That's the wrong red item. The irony is that now big corporations steal water from Los Angeles, so the people can't even live there. It's been reversed. It's Uno reversed. I don't think I would ever listen to a podcast that's about a dam. I don't know that that's in my interest wheelhouse. Bam, 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 bam. Ugh. What time is it? 7:57. Okay, there's something I need to do like around 9 a.m. Hydrate. Do I want to have coffee, water? I'll have my water for the hydrate. I'll match what it actually means. Is my advanced GG will stay cold for several hours still. My coffee I have a lot of. But my one glass of water that I have in the morning, that's gonna get room temperature and then it'll be disgusting. I've always got my purple cup. Hey! Gaming, thanks for the gifted sub. Let me mark that down. Saving that one for later. Thank you for the gifted sub. You know what? I suggested that my team do that, and they didn't listen to me. I said, hey, Cecil, can you just chop the tail off before it dies? And he didn't listen to me. And I was mad. Incredibly, incredibly mad. You know what's funny bringing up Slowpoke? You know I still have in Sword and Shield a Slowpoke I haven't evolved? A shiny one? To get shiny Slowking. I have the item to do it. I just have... Oh, there's the fly. Got real close to my face there. I still haven't done it. I got 2 of them deliberately. Motherfucker. Such a tiny fly. We so rarely get flies in here, too. They usually like follow us in. It must have followed me in from outside this morning. Good morning, Tony. That's the wrong red item. Daniel's not the one who does that. It's Miyagi who does that. Mr. Me. I've actually had a friend catch a fly in chopsticks. He's actually done it. My buddy Hernan growing up. They were like 18, 19. Oh yeah, beginner's luck, that's true. That's true. It's been a hot minute since I've seen the first Karate Kid. I was convinced myself it was Miyagi who did it. Hey, listen, I believe Hernan can do anything. Hernan's the same friend who had a shellfish allergy his entire childhood, and so he never had shrimp or lobster or anything like that. Or crab. He just couldn't have any, he couldn't have most seafoods. Crustacean, shellfish, didn't matter. And then one day he accidentally ate shrimp and didn't have an allergic reaction and just found out he actually wasn't allergic anymore. And then he went to a Red Lobster and gorged himself on everything he couldn't have. That's not true. That's what we call a bad take. Then again, if you live in like a not oceanside town and then you eat seafood, more true. I had Ganjang Gejang last week. Oh. Yeah, he didn't have a I just said that. I said he didn't have a reaction. Yeah, I had Ganjang Gejang last week. Oh my god, it was so good. Crab's better than lobster. Well, it depends on the type of crab. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to have Ganjang Gejang again, but I'm glad I've experienced it once. For those who don't know, that is a soy marinated raw crab. It was quite good. It's a Korean delicacy. It was amazing. No, he never gets. He got alcohol poisoning because he was a big drinker, but not food poisoning. Listen, it's not my fault y'all just don't actually live in towns with good seafood. It's like people who say Brussels sprouts are disgusting. It's like, yeah, if your mom bought frozen ones and boiled them when you were a kid, sure. But nice honey bacon roasted Brussels sprouts. Oh. Honey and bacon roasted Brussels sprouts. Yeah, but even just olive oil, salt, pepper, roasted Brussels sprouts. Quite good. And just honey bacon roasted Brussels sprouts, clearly superior. Dude, parents boil so much food, like, from the last generation. The next generation's kids are gonna be eating fucking good. Because I think modern parents aren't gonna fucking boil half of the shit that they're making. I don't know, I like a nice soft-boiled egg. A nice soy-marinated, soft boiled egg. Hell yeah. I kind of want to soft boil a bunch of eggs and do that. Maybe I'll do like a soy and ginger. Well, you're not supposed to just eat soy marinated eggs. You're supposed to put it in, yeah, exactly. It's supposed to go with like ramen or some other dish. Some people eat them on their own. But people also just eat, like, lick ketchup. So people just do weird things from time to time. See, I actually don't judge ketchup and potato chips for two reasons. One, it's still a potato. Two, I've had my potato chips get in my ketchup whenever my parents would bring me lunch, and it didn't stop me. Now, ketchup ice pops, on the other hand, is disgusting, but... I also don't like ketchup chips. They just remind me of salt and vinegar chips. But like a little sweeter, and I don't really care for that. No, it's not ketchup on ice pops, it's ketchup ice pops. Yeah, I don't like ketchup chips. I've never been a Mountain Dew. Doritos was always one of my favorite snacks growing up. Well, here's the thing. In terms of everyone should eat exactly how and what they want to eat, absolutely go nuts. In terms of being a normal person, it's not a good idea. There are lots of people that just have bad taste. Mustard on a steak isn't that abnormal because you do that for, what's it called? You do, well, I mean, no, mustard actually with meats is not all that uncommon. You do that for things like, well, you do that for lamb if you're gonna crust it. You use mustard. But you also can use mustard for, what's it called? You also coat things in mustard for... Yeah, it's a binder when smoking. Beef Wellington, I think, has mustard along the meat. Pork, lamb. Yeah, mustard's actually like... You use it in the cooking process, though. You don't use it as like a garnish afterwards. And also, yeah, have you ever had a nice horseradish au jus? Or something like that with like a pulled pork, or I'm sorry, with a French dip. Horseradish au jus, where they take all the juices and then they make the au jus with a little bit of freshly ground horseradish in it. Oh, there's two things in this world that I have an irrational love for: horseradish and dill. Not together. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Probably together. Horseradish and dill bring me great joy. I fucking love dill. I have an irrational love for these things. Whenever I get a sandwich made at like a local sandwich shop, I'm like, hey, can you make me this roast beef with tomato, lettuce, provolone, and all the horseradish you have. And then they cover it in horseradish, and I go, that's not enough. And then I go to the grocery store and I buy more horseradish. It's not enough. I need more. On Italian bread, please. Yeah, the horseradish is like, man, I'll show them. I'll make it so that they want nothing to do with me. Ha. Wait, no, they're eating me more. No. They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my god. Yeah, I do a nice creamy dill. Creamy dill salmon. Hello, Husky. It goes, just desperately trying to get these fucking red tails done. This red tail, I should say. Uno. Fucking goblins. The goblins take my red tail. It's not enough. I need more horseradish. This stream is making me thirsty. Yep, I got all the optional summons. Oh good, red. It's not Red Fang. .8%, same as the summons. Everything that's a rare drop in this game is a 0.8% drop. Well, it's a 0.4% and I'm doubling it more accurately, but you know. It sure is. It's also bad. Hello, Unlucky. That's the wrong item. Speaking of which, doing my dailies right now. Doing my dailies. Oh, I didn't even know they had organized a comp for it. Doesn't matter to me because I ain't rolling on it. I love corn. I'll just eat my way through the maze. Hey, that's a winner. That's a red tail. That didn't take too long. Now the real question is, should I just finish my sirens to see if I get a second one? Might as well, right? I don't need the sirens after this, so. No, I don't want to start a prediction. I just want to do it. Red tail is for the onion sword. It's the best weapon for Kane and Cecil both. So at most, you only ever need 2 of them. If you're like, if you're farming like ideally for items. Yo, Need for Speed Unbound revealed as a new-gen racer with 4K graphics and 60 FPS gameplay. Man, you want to know what's funny? You know the name of the development studio for Need for Speed? Criterion. Just makes me think. Dude, I used to love the Need for Speed games. Played that shit non-stop. Man, if that was another red tail, that would have been so cool. Threads of Fate. BP. I remember. Threads of Fate. I also favorited it. So, no way I would. Now I have it documented. I figured someone would come in here and test me also. So I especially made sure to commit it to memory. After the discussion yesterday. Threads of motherfucking Fate. Game we were trying to figure out yesterday, because I couldn't remember what a game I had played was called, and that ended up being the answer. Because I played on a demo disc when I was a kid, and then forgot the name of it for 15 years, and then about this time last year, somebody reminded me what it was called, and then I totally forgot again. But then we remembered yesterday, and then I favorited it, so I won't forget again. Did they bring on Matsuno? I think they brought on Yasumi Matsuno to help with Tactics Ogre Reborn, because he's been tweeting about it non-stop and like talking about changes and clarifying shit for people. Given that he's talking about it a lot. Just remake Burnout Paradise. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's fucking better, babe. given the legacy of the game and all the updates they're making. That's about a month from now. Not too far off. I gotta use another elixir here. No. No more Final Fantasy IV remakes. There's enough! Man, I have to believe they're working on a Final Fantasy Tactics. I have to. I have no choice but to believe they're working on Tactics. Like Final Fantasy Tactics. There's honestly no way they aren't. It's fucking impossible. Like Matsuno is already looks like helping them with Tactics Ogre. He's already there. You know what I mean? Like, you have the man in the building, just fucking go. Hey, we know that he kept all the Tactics 2 stuff. We know for a fact that he kept all the Tactics 2 stuff. No, we don't need an 11 remake. Stop. Unless they're making 11 offline, like they are for Dragon Quest X. Oh wait, we have an 11 oh yeah, no, we do. It was called 1.0. We had one, is what you mean. We don't have it anymore. Listen, Dragon Quest X offline, Final Fantasy XI offline. I feel pretty confident they're gonna port Dragon Quest X offline. Dragon Quest as a franchise has been doing a lot better in the West. I'm hard pressed to imagine they won't port it. They just haven't announced the port yet. Yeah, I know what that is. I don't really care for it. By the way, I had forgotten that I still had a page open for the pizza cupcake, and so because I remembered, I have now ordered 2 boxes of pizza cupcakes. I'll have it by next Tuesday or Wednesday. because they ship on, it'll process and ship on Monday. Yep, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. I'm so pumped for that. Yeah, pizza cupcakes. It was something that was on Shark Tank a while back, and they are apparently incredible. Probably because Dragon Quest 3 is the better game. The more popular game, and the better game. I imagine that's the reason. I mean, it's pizza as a cupcake. It's just if I'm going to pay for shipping, and the shipping is the same regardless of how many I order, I might as well order two. I mean, Dragon Quest, a game can be fun and still not be the best choice. Relative to its peers. Like, I love Final Fantasy 1, and technically we got Final Fantasy 1 Remake kind of already. But it wouldn't have been the first one that I suggested, you know? I think the PSP is probably the absolute definitive version. Alright, I'm gonna make you sad real quick. I didn't get a red tail from that, by the way. Excuse me. All right, now that now just like the actual game, I'm now going to remove it and we won't talk about it anymore. Just like the actual news about the game. Reminder, we did already get the red tail. I'm just burning the rest of my sirens at this point before moving on. Was that a hallucination? Yes. It was indeed a hallucination. Then I can beat the game, and I'm skipping cutscenes in New Game Plus, by the way. I'm blasting through the dialogue. Just as a reminder that since Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D was announced, we've gotten Champions of the Continent, Octopath 2 confirmed date in February, as well as Live Alive HD 2D. Without hearing a single other thing about the remake. The Dragon Quest 3. I've played a little bit of Free Enterprise before. I might even have the randomizer installed already. Or just on my PC. I guess you don't really install it, but download it. I know I have the Final Fantasy V one downloaded. Pretty sure I have the Final Fantasy IV one downloaded also. You sure can. It does depend on the settings. The traditional setting does have that as a possibility, though. Almost done. Almost done with my sirens. Nice, I got one of each cake today in Champions. That's not another red tail. It'd be nice, because if you get 2 red tails, you literally will never need more than that. Yeah, Kane's kind of a dick when it comes to actually landing attacks. Kind of a fucking jerk. Oh, hey, we had another sign up. For every plate. Ah, thank you. Yeah, he's got, even with the Wyvern Lance having pretty good accuracy, he's just kind of an asshole. Stop saying red! Match. No! Stop! Why would you do this? When's his redemption, Fierce? Oh, nice. 64 rubies. I like how for the Tavern Talk streams, They literally roll 2 dice to see how many rubies we'll get for the stream. Sai rolled a 64 yesterday, apparently. Hey, wait, I have those dice. It's bound to be a third one. Right. See, I have the dice. Can I just roll for my own rubies? Can that be how it works? Oh, dude. One day they need to roll 3. Hey, wait. Sayu. When do you roll 3 dice to determine the rubies? Imagine. Dude, that would mean there'd be the possibility of 666. Gotta tweet at her and be like, well, how do we earn the 3rd dice? What do we have to do to get a 3rd dice roll? Well, I mean, one of the things they sent us for Champions of the Continent was a dice bag with Octopath-themed dice in them. And what they do for the mobile game, for Champions of the Continent, that is, for whenever they do a community live stream, which they call a tavern talk, they roll 2 of the dice. And whatever the value is between the 2 dice, they give that amount of rubies to all the players. So yesterday she rolled a 64 apparently, a 6 and a 4. So rolls 1 dice, gets that number, that's the first number, then rolls the other, that's the second. So 64 is a pretty fucking good amount to get. Only thing I play is D&Ds. No, why can't you be the other red tail so I can have 2 Ds? I never really stay into D&D. I'm glad the one shot that I did for the Final Fantasy 14 one was fine. But I can't keep up with campaigns. What's going on, Tut? He's asking too much of me. Woo, that sounds like so much fun, Tuck. I'm sure you're having so much fun. Like, even with friends, it's hard for me to commit so much time to a campaign. And one-shots aren't long enough to really get anywhere. Unless the story is, like, the Final Fantasy 14 one-shot was fun. It's too much time. Like, I already have so much other shit to do. And as soon as one person can't make the time commitment, you're like, uber fucked. Then somebody else can't make it the next time, and blah, blah, blah. Then you have to decide whether you want to write them out, or try to get somebody else in, and it's like... I'm a big fan of dice rolling, though. I want all of my luck to be decided by dice. That's true in life, also. I haven't played a board game in a very long time. Mostly because every board game I play, everyone just fucking cheats. Game of Life, everyone's like, I'll just pick what I want. I was like, you motherfucker, that's not how it works. Yeah, I just play Mario Party. That's how I get my dice rolling in. Or I'll just watch Sly crumble because he has the worst dice rolls of all time. Actual bad luck magnet. Oh, I don't mind house rules for Monopoly. I think almost everyone plays with house rules for Monopoly. No, I don't watch anything. I don't have time. Yeah, like, you know, putting all the, what was it? It's not all the taxes. It's, you pile up money on free parking is the big one. Not really. I see pop culture every day. I don't understand it most of the time, but still, yeah. All the fees you have to pay on free parking. There you go. Yeah, and if anyone lands on free parking, they collect it. That's like the most common house rule. That's not a red tail. Yeah, and much like actual capitalism, you say, screw the rules, I have money. But you know what my favorite thing about that, the ideology behind using that to teach the other thing, is that it's not like four property owners just get in their cars and ride around and then pay each other taxes. Like, wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense. Also, every time I cross a stoplight, I don't get $200. Nor do I just go to jail for for stop. I mean, you could, I guess, go to jail for stopping at a bad location, but you know. Oh, I understand that, but the concentration of wealth is contingent on the rules of the game, not actual capitalism. Dude, sometimes you just pull shit event cards the whole game, and you just end up getting all the ones pay, you know, $50, $200, pay this person what? Go to Boardwalk. Here's the thing. If the game was purely capitalistic and wasn't also RNG, I would maybe feel that way. But it's literally not, majority of it is not a test of capitalism. It is, where did you land and how can I try to make this work? Also, I don't get out of jail by rolling dice in real life. That costs money all the time. No. Wild Star. Doubt it. Not unless those items were turned into stabs. Be the only way it's really gonna happen. Like, just change the actual item. Yeah, all I'm saying is that if it was meant to show that capitalism is bad, maybe maybe a board game where you roll a dice isn't the best way to teach that. Like, I don't think the landlord to the building I get in, if somebody drives and their car crashes outside of the building, they go, by the way, you have to pay me rent. And that person just happens to be a landowner that, like, owns, like, a rival building nearby. No. I don't just play games when I get keys for them, because half the time they're games I have no interest in. I have to actually, if I want to play a game, I just play a game. The idea of a bank error in your favor, yeah, no kidding. Oh shit, I actually got a second red tail. That's it. You never need any more than 2. That was on the last siren. That's insane. I got the second, I actually got it by finishing off the sirens, yeah. That's, wow. Okay, that's, so again, you never need more than 2 red tails. That actually is the maximum number of red tails you can ever need, because only 2 characters can equip the item. It auto-saves after every battle. Now I have to get the fuck out of here. Now I have to go turn them in. I don't even know what that is, so no, Lord. I've never even heard of that. Oh, I don't have, safe travel on. I was gonna say, I'm forgetting something. Safe travel is that something. That's very fortunate. After, what, like 3-4 hours yesterday? No, I only spent like 2.5 hours on red tails yesterday. Because it takes a really long time to go through red tails for... I mean, to go through, sirens for red tails. You know what that reminds me of, Goliab? When I was in college, I was at a club, and I bought 2 Jello shots. And they were $4 a piece, and I handed the woman a 10, and she gave me back $12. And I was like, I love this. So you know what I did? I bought 2 more Jello shots. Just college, yeah. Precisely. No, I bought those 2 more Jello shots and that's it. That's all I bought for the rest of the night. Because then my friend, I tried to wingman for him for this woman that he liked, and he fucking fucked it up so bad that he left and just went and smoked weed, and I went with him. To be fair, he fucked it up without knowing he fucked it up. I was literally like, I was talking to this woman and one of her friends, and I was telling him, like, he's not really like super big into the club scene. And I'm like, listen, he's not really. I was telling her that I was like, you know my friend here, you two know each other. It's like, he's not really big into the club scene. So I was wondering if you and your friend could just show him a good time. Just chill with him, dance with him. Make him feel good because he's just not used to this kind of scene. So just get him into it. She was like, yeah, and then she went to go grab him to like bring him over to their table, and he just fucking bailed because he saw one of his friends. And I looked at them and I said, his friends have fake IDs. Just go. You'll at the very it's ruined at this point, but his friend has a fake ID, so just fucking go with him. That was my like. They looked at me so confused too. And I was like, pal, I'm taken. I'm doing this for you. I have a girlfriend. Everything I'm doing right now is for you. Jesus fucking Christ, that sword. A sword that grows stronger with the wielder. Does it scale with level? Let's see. Attack that is equal to the user's level times 2. And accuracy equal to the user's level plus 50. And it provides strength equal to the user's level divided by 3. Okay, well that answers that question, I guess. That's OD. It better mean Kane fucking hit something. Yeah, sometimes you just got friends that just don't know what to do in there. Like listen, I can't pick up. I could never pick up women for myself, but I was a great wingman. Always looking out. I was like, listen, this isn't for me. If I fuck it up, then I'm not the one who suffers. Now I can go beat Zeramis. Oh, Zeramis. I will remember to steal from Zeramis just in case. Now that I have onion swords, I guess I should give limit break to Kane? I don't know who's the best limit break target. I'd imagine it would be Kane with jump. But I know Cecil with question mark, love is probably... Well, no, because that I think caps it. Whatever the value is. I think 99 upgrades. Yeah, I literally just have to run all the way through to the last boss now. 'Cause I'm not farming green tail or yellow tail or black tail. 'Cause fuck that. And we didn't earn it. At this point, even if we did earn it, I'd probably just do it in New Game Plus. Not like it's any different in New Game Plus. That would be the onion helm, onion gloves, and onion armor. Which is an achievement, to get one of each. I'm still surprised I got a second red tail. Double red tail and 66 sirens. Ain't mad about that. Ain't mad about that at all. To be fair, I went through 66. Technically, it was through 132 because I went through 66 yesterday and didn't get any, but today, all I care about is today. We will guide you. Oh, there is actually one other thing. Hold on. There's one other thing I want to do while I'm running through here. Won't take very long. Just something I forgot to do. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. I know what I didn't get. No, thanks for the 21 months. Thank you. I hope you're having a good week so far. Yeah, I've got the shield and the sword, and then I've got 2 adamant armors. Oh, you know what's one last thing I should also check? I have the remaining augments that I haven't used. Eye gouge. Okay, it says to save Eye Gouge for New Game Plus and give it to Edward. To help get everything done. And question mark, love. It's weird. So for stats, for strictly stat gains, it says to give question mark, love to Rosa. But Rosa can't actually make use of the attack, whereas Cecil can. So I think I'm gonna ignore that part of the list and just give it to Cecil. Because you also can't get that a second time. That you can't New Game Plus the naming way stuff. Same with Treasure Hunter, since your maps are already revealed, and Safe Travel. Everything. Yeah, the Onion Sword's actually not very good at the start of the game, but all the other shit will be. Because the Onion Sword's power is... I mean, actually, for the accuracy, it's okay, but for the power, it's not. Hello, Valors. Hello. I will have to go back to doing all the random encounters in New Game. Although I will have Level Lust right from the get-go. Nope. You get to keep a lot of things, but your levels are not one of them. It is very lame. It's one of the most important things they could have let you keep. And they do not, because they know how strong it would make you. There is somewhat of a benefit to that, though. The main reason that they reset the levels is because from level 71 to 99, your levels are actually dependent on what augments you currently have equipped to your character. So when you beat the game, you might not have ideal stats, plus you have an entire other playthrough of augments to get, so you can get repeats of the same augments and shit. So it resets your level in case you want to, you know, use a new augment setup to get certain stats after level 70. It has 2 super bosses. Although, Garion isn't too bad, but Protobabble can suck a fucking dick. Protobabble literally only has, like, 4 attacks, and they're all fucking terrible. One is instant kill, which the adamant armor, I think, counters. One is just a shit ton of damage. Then when he hits low HP, one is even more fuck tons of damage, and the other one is a heal. Like a 20,000 point heal. That's it. And he just goes back and forth between those attacks. And then he counterattacks with big damage AoE also. Yeah, they literally give him... It's very similar to the way Iron Giant is done in Final Fantasy 3. 3D, which is also made by the same development team. Where they just give him, like, 2 or 3 attacks, and they just make them hit really fucking hard. And that's it. Yeah, I forgot to grab this in my last time I ran through. I was like, why don't I have this achievement? And then I remembered it's because I forgot to grab the Holy Land. Yeah, I just forgot. Thanks for... I mean, I know why he hastes you. It's to speed up the Doom counter, but still. Thanks all the same. Idiot. Again, it'll be very similar to what happens to Zeramis. Except I have to steal from Zeramis, so... Hey, Kane, welcome back. I have the power of Bahamut. Fucking idiot. Alright, let's go to the save point. She's probably not a bad option for Limit Break too, except that she's not very good coming up. You're like, wow, Bahamut, that's great. Get to Zeramis. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. It sure is. I like the very classic design they're using for Gilgamesh. That DLC comes out in 3 weeks. 20 days, actually. Yeah, I mean, not even just the Kabuki design. I mean, that's just Gilgamesh in general. But I mean, the one they're using for him is very reminiscent of his vanilla appearance. It's not really, like, modernized much. It's very, faithful. I'm a big fan. done with my Octopath dailies. Bartz! I have waited 1,000 years for this moment. Did he just add a 0? Gotta love that the first thing that Gilgamesh says in the Stormblood version of his fight is, "The time has come and so have I." Good old Stormblood Greg. I really hope the Manderville weapons end up being Gilgamesh is looking for weapons. Really hope it is. Alright, turn off safe travel. Probably turn on omnicasting. Not gonna really use Prey. That way she can haste everyone instantly after the slow. If he really needs anything. He has reach. I don't think that's all he's gonna need. I could. Oh no, he needs steel. Right. He's gonna get berserk. So I'm gonna actually. No, I'm gonna put. That there. That there. That there. That there. You're just gonna attack, so that won't matter. You are gonna do items. You are gonna do nothing but items. Absolutely nothing, Rydia. I am not playing that game with you. It depends on the game, I guess. There's a game where he has the Masamune, I'm pretty sure. I think he more often has the Murasame, though. He's got a bunch of different weapons. Oh, do you mean in 14? I'd have to double check. It's probably Murasame. Only in 14. Goliath. Yeah, also, well, he asked about the samurai one in particular. Hello, Zemus. Nice feet. Even Fusoya knows slow is OP in this game. Give your power to Meteor! Very well. It sure does, let me tell you.
We did it. What a waste. Such incredible power, and all of it warped to evil ends.
Hey!
Oh, you've come.
Looks like we were too late. You were supposed to leave him for me.
Cecil.
Cecil.
Okay.
Death only fueled the evil within him. Simus. No, Zeromus. This time I will finish what I set out to do.
Okay.
Zeromus, be gone!
He's so ugly. All the MP. It's too much MP. Idiot isn't working. Use the crystal.
You dread the birth of darkness. The crystal will shed no light for you. Your hands will only stay darker still. Die.
Now he meteors them. Ow. Come!
Indeed. Now is the time we pray for them. No, for the entire world. Hallam, Odin, we must see that all the prayers made here reach Cecil and his friends on the moon. Cecil, my friend.
This is your chance. Please have courage.
Okay.
I'll be waiting for you.
Thanks,
Return
Ed.
safe.
For the sake of the whole earth.
Rise up. Our prayers are with you. Come on, you can do it! Cecil! Everyone!
Great moon. Please, hear our prayers.
Brother.
Cecil, it must be you.
Crystal.
Zeromus. This is the end for you, not us.
We're on the highway of darkness. Let us help you. It takes so long in this version for all this to play out. Have courage. Trust in yourselves. You're dead, Tella. Maintain your focus. I like that they're off to the side, so instead of looking directly at the party, they're just like... They're like this. Cool beds, dude. You're gonna hurt your neck. Ugh. Show your true ass, Zaramus. Oh, he has to transform first. Grr. Ah. Couldn't steal. Wait, I thought I gave her Omnicasting, but not steal. Oh, I have to enable it. That's right. It's not automatic. She has to do this. And it just becomes an option at the bottom of Target All. This version of the song sucks. I said it. Couldn't steal. Dude, the Pixel Remaster version of this track, holy moly. That's a fucking version. Stole Dark Matter. Alright, now he's gotta eat shit. I forgot a very crucial thing. Not that it ended up mattering, but... And he's dead, by the way. Very fucking dead. Very, very shortly, he's gonna be dead. He's slowed, I'm hasted, I'm berserked, I have Onion Swords. I stole the Dark Matter. It's gonna be a very not good life for him. Yeah, I did. Stole the dark matter. Dark matter lets you summon the super boss in New Game Plus. By Zeramis. Not that I plan on doing the super boss really, because you need level 9. You really want to be level 99 with proper levels.
You've truly done it. I'd no idea there was such strength in you. You of the blue planet may have already grown more powerful than we of the moon.
It does rather look that way, doesn't it?
Damn right.
What of the final words Zeromus spoke?
As long as there is darkness.
There will always be evil in men's hearts. We, all of us, bear a touch of darkness, just as surely as we bear light, much as with the twin sets of crystals. And the darkened underworld that rests beneath your planet's brighter surface. But as long as there is darkness, so will there always be light. Just as the light within you rose to overcome the shadow cast by Zemus.
Well, now that you mention it, I did feel a bit of glow.
Are you joking? It's a miracle Zemus didn't end up using you.
My love of justice kept him at bay, no doubt.
Okay.
Well then,
Fusoya is like,
come for
I
me
don't care.
to join my people in their sleep. What will you do now?
We will return to our planet.
Our friends are waiting.
I see. You are lucky to have such friends. I look forward to the day we can meet again.
Might you permit me to accompany you?
You would join me?
I would. I cannot return. Not after all I've done. And I would very much like to meet my father's people at least one time.
I see. Yes, our blood flows in your veins too. You know this will be a very long slumber.
I do. Cecil, you called me brother. I suppose I can expect no more than that. All you've suffered until now has been because of me.
We must go now and sleep. We will pray for the peace of your planet. Come, let us go.
Yes.
Cecil,
Is this all right, letting him go?
Yeah, why
we're
not?
brothers.
Farewell.
Cecil?
Farewell, my brother.
What do you have, cat whiskers? He's like, Nyan. Yes, Golbez is a cat boy. Birthed from the womb of Dragon's Maw and born unto the stars by light and darkness cast aloft, our dreamtide odes resworn mood is swathed in ever light, never again to no eclipse. Earth with hallowed bounty reconciled, yet fleeting is the reverie when moon from shadow has aggressed, guided forth anew by light made manifest, toe bound by ties of blood by time and fate, they had been rest apart unto lunar light and guide breast. Okay. Thank you.
Breasts. Primitive brain.
All right. Where's Pelham? Oh, not again. So I cast the mighty blizzard on the raging fires of... When are you gonna stop that? The Elder's furious with you. How many times must I tell you the same thing before it sinks into that thick skull of yours? You've got a deal of growing up to do if you ever plan to be the sort of mage Tello was. 2 more hours of spell transcription for you. Not again. Only yourself to blame, you know. Your Highness, you are the heir to our kingdom's throne. You have responsibilities. I know that. And might I suggest you stop chasing after this daydream maiden of yours and start fulfilling some of them? Right. A little more sincerity would go a long way. Radia, not a girl in this world that'll ever come close to you. Your Highness! She's become a fine young woman indeed. I think she would return here to us. Radia! Why do I have fangs? I just want to be the same as you. What do you mean? We're all the same. There's no difference between humans and idolins. Feymarch is going to become a very interesting place in the days ahead, isn't it? Most certainly. Not one lacking for beauty. All that matters was what's inside us. Isn't that right, Cecil? What does he know? Honey? You're a queen now. Won't you make a little effort to speak like one? You know I can't stand all that prim and proper stuff. Oh no. It's already past the time for today's training. Come along. Yes, Your Highness. Always running out on me. Do not fault your husband. Let a fine new fable for all of us, I have no doubt. Just get the frying pan ready. Prince Edward! Sing us the song about the paladin again. I would be most happy to, but not until you finish your chores for the day. You want the castle to be back to the way it was, don't you? Of course! You promise you'll sing it, right? Please wait for me. I must be strong and live on here. For the people of Damsian, be at peace with Tella. Lolly-ho! Listen up, dwarves. We're gonna make this castle good as new again. Your Majesty, we've not the materials. Then scrap the tanks. They'll see no more use now anyhow. how Cecil and the others are doing. I've just received some good news in that regard. Cecil and Rose are to become the king and queen of Baron. Really? Not only that, but we've been invited to the coronation. Yay! Your Majesty, you're not helping at all. Didn't I tell you to go scrap the tanks? Lolly ho! Cecil, Rosa. I have no right to bear witness to your joy. Not like this. I will temper myself here, on Mount Ordeals. When I've become an even finer dragoon than my father, perhaps then I can return. Until that day comes, I can but wish you well. Comes! Oh my! What is it? The opponents. See for yourself. He becomes a holy dragoon in after years. Which moon are we looking at? Also, this is not the view of a telescope because the telescope can't see the planet itself spinning in orbit. Why are we witnessing a whole year through the telescope? Oh look, the moon. What is it, Cecil? Nothing. Just could have sworn I heard my brother's voice. You did? It's my imagination. What are you two still doing here? It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm sorry. You must have lost track of time. You have all the time you want later. Yo, what the fuck? I'm not even pressing X. It's too fast. I'll always be Rosa to you, Sid. Really? You mean it? Alright, fuck it then. You wanna auto progress at this speed? I'm not gonna fucking read any of it. I already know what it says anyway. Look, it goes so fast. I heard it. I'm sure of it. See? Now it's voiced, so it's fine. This part's voiced. And by voiced, I mean it's done in that cutscene style. I don't think anyone actually speaks in the final scene. Much like the original game. Nobody actually says anything. They just all show up. Good morning, Ender. Thank you for the 14 months. I did steal from Zeramis. I don't plan on doing anything with that dark matter anytime soon, but I do have the dark matter. You look stupid. What the fuck was that guy doing? Bro, they just gave him a crown. What are these soldiers doing? He fucking jumped on them. He's like, ah, yeah, you got a crown. Let me fucking blitz into you. Oh, look, he took his, It's weird seeing his face through that. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's wondering why I said that version of the Zero theme was fucking awful, this is why. This is the Pixel Remaster version. That's a final boss. Even the original SNES version, though, is really good. Even the original SNES version. Sounded so good for the Super Nintendo. But the fucking Pixel Remaster version is on a whole nother level. The Final Fantasy, I mean, it's probably called the same thing as it is in Final Fantasy IV. It's probably got the same exact name. Don't worry, we'll get another version of it, Naya. An even more updated version. Hello, Barbaricia. Hello, Naming Way. Doing Naming Way. Get out of here. Special thanks to Tomoyo Asano. Hey, I know that. Well, I don't know him personally, but I know who that is. I wonder who that is on Team Asano. Look, Yuri Lowenthal as Cecil. Liam O'Brien, Karen Strassman. Like, they had a great lineup that just wasn't great for the era. Sam Riegel as Edward. Yeah, that's Alphino. That's original Alphino, not current Alphino. Taliesin was Edge, yeah. That's like 90% of JRPGs that get voiced in the West, though. It's literally every time a game does an English localization, it's either from somewhere in Europe or it's the cast of Critical Role. There's literally no in between. That's what I really liked in Live Alive. I think every single voice actor they got for Live Alive actually did not have... Like, they literally... It was their first video game voiceover ever. They literally got like a whole... And I'm also... So Live Alive not only did that, but Live Alive also got the correct ethnicities for each of the characters. So like they got someone who was like a Texan to do the cowboy voice, and they got a Chinese native, well, not a native, but someone from China, someone who was Chinese for the Imperial China section. They were all Chinese voice actors. Except for Cube. I don't know who they regionally got to voice Cube. They hired a robot. Yeah, they got someone Japanese to do what's it called? They hired Alexa. Yeah, they got someone Japanese to do the near future voiceovers. They were all Japanese people doing English voiceovers. Like even the English, I mean the English voiceovers too. I don't mean like for their own regions. I mean literally the English voiceovers are all done by people who are at least the ethnicity that matches the character. Hello, black screen. Hello, Kluya, Golbez, and Mom, whose name I forgot already. The end. Cecilia, there you go. Momsel. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy IV, but it doesn't have to be the end. What does he say when you beat it the third time? He's like, no, sorry, no more times. There you go, up to 3 times in a row. He pulls out a gun instead. I said only 3 times. What didn't you understand when I said it the first time? Please stop playing Final Fantasy IV, please.